I'm Barney from Sonic Boom 6.
I'm Leila K from Sonic Boom 6.
Okay, so how are you guys enjoying this year's Slam Dunk then?
It was amazing.
It's
I only
best.
care about our set.
No, it's amazing. Like our set was. We played the Hatfield one yesterday, which was great. But today we had our own sound man, and it just made it so much better because like you're so much more confident when you go on stage, knowing someone that at the front of house is going to deal with all the issues and the little gremlins. And
Somebody who sort of knows his sound well, because it's quite. If somebody doesn't know the band, it's quite intricate because you've got lots of samples and horns and things.
That's true.
You can't. Every sound man struggles with our sound unless you know the songs because it's so like diverse and just all over the place.
Weird.
I think like nobody would expect you to sort of be playing like sort of ska punk and then to stop and then start playing a hip hop tune or something really dubby like.
Which is funny because it's 2010 and you think that bands would be doing that by now, but people don't seem to be. But it's only us idiots that stick to that formula.
You played Monkey See Monkey Do, which pretty much made my day because it's been a while since you played that live.
Well, it's been a long time, and we kind of had that brief moment last year after we released City of Thieves, and it's our third album. We in our heart of hearts know we think it's our best album. Listening to it against it, there's no comparison. But you look at 1,000,001 bands, and everyone loves the first album or everyone loves the early stuff, and we started getting a little bit into that sort of like, no, but City of Thieves is our best album mode, and we were kind of
not for long though.
And we played a lot of songs of City of Thieves, and we were trying to play. Last tour we were like, we're not playing Piggy in the Middle anymore, and then like about 4 gigs in, we started playing it as an encore, and then this today we just said, well, the intro will play a song we're comfortable with playing first, but then the rest of it, let's just play all the silly, good, fun songs that everyone's going to jump around and dance to, and we did. And
like a festival set to me, like, you know, you go and watch a band that you really like, and a festival set is their best songs.
Yeah.
And so
we had no agenda but to do anything and play a good gig and everybody enjoy it, and I think we definitely did that. I think we played it last year, and last year we just released City of Thieves, and there was a lot of momentum from that. But we played a lot of the new album. Today we just played all the old
bangers,
silly songs in it.
Well, yeah, and I did notice the sort of old and new song mix that you had, and I noticed the crowd's reaction was exactly the same to all the stuff you played. So, I mean, does it feel good that you've got such a sort of hardcore but loyal following that everybody knows all your stuff?
Definitely.
Yeah, because we'd be buggered without it.
I mean, that's what I was saying. There's that little thing that I did when I did the freestyle type thing, say freestyle, the bit where I did the rap that's completely pre-written, but
no, you change it though. You don't do the same.
I change words every now and then.
As soon as we played, I ran to the merchandise, and people were like, "Oh my God, I've heard so much about Sonic Boom 6, and I've never seen you before."
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's refreshing.
Nice. I was just about to ask. Actually, you had the opportunity to play with Real Big Fish in 2007. I mean, how has that affected you? Because you sort of played them live, then you had a tour after that with them. How's that sort of changed you as a band? Has it led to other things, sort of thing?
In Germany, people like us now because of Real Big Fish. So.
Totally. When you watch a band as professional as Real Big Fish, like, you learn things that, you know, you go on stage and you think, oh, you know, I know all the tricks and I know how to get a crowd moving, But then you watch a band like that and you're like, no, I don't. You watch a band like Skin Dread and you go, oh my God. Like, I studied Benji on stage last night, and like, I reckon I'm 25% there. He is 100% there. I want to be that guy, but not, if that makes sense. I want to be, but I like to think I've got better dress sense.
So,
your fourth time at Slam Dunk, so is it a pretty special venue? Fourth? Is it?
Yeah. It was that first time with Real Big Fish when there was not that many bands, and then there was the second time in the room with Big D when it was.
Are you counting yesterday as well?
No, you idiot. Last year in this room, and then today. Our 4th year at Slam Dunk.
It's third.
Fourth. First time we did it with Real Big Fish in that massive room when you sung with
second
Girlfriend.
time was last time.
Second time was with Big D in the other room when
I
no
don't
one could get
remember
in.
that was
brilliant.
awful.
No, it was amazing. The room was packed.
But everyone was moaning
Zebra
that
had
they
played
couldn't
afterwards.
get in. They couldn't
yeah.
get in.
Yeah, well, the people that did. Oh, it was an amazing
Sorry,
gig.
fourth year.
That was amazing.
This is,
I remember we opened with Meanwhile back in the real world, and it was killer.
Basically, just it's fourth year playing. So is this place special in particular? Is the reason why you always come back to Slam Dunk in particular?
Because you keep paying them.
No, because the lineup's always amazing, and like, you know, the room, the lineup for the room that we always play is always great. You know, we had Real Big Fish, we have Big D, we've got, you know, Anti-Flag last year. It's like, I want to play in front of bands like that. I want to play in front of bands like that and go, hey, check us out. They don't know who Sonic Boom 6 are, you know.
What would it say?
Skindred know Sonic Boom 6 are, but they watched us last night and tonight and were like, listen guys, like...
I mean, it's a good festival because, like, it obviously, as it's getting bigger and better, the guys that have put it on have not lost sight of the fact that the bread and butter at the beginning. I mean, the first one was like Fall Out Boy and Cap Down. I think we jumped on it. And the second one was amazing. The one in that little refectory. And what I like is they've not lost sight of the fact that UK bands, if you take the time to put a UK band's proper logo on the poster and blah blah blah, they can hold their own with American bands. It's just that the perception for this kind of music, because just for commercial reasons, that I think maybe punk music in, say, the 80s and 70s in the UK was UK bands. In the 90s, punk music became American band based, and then in the noughties, all these sort of hair, emo, blah 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 bands, and I'm not even knocking them.
You've also had quite a few lineup changes recently. You had Nick joining before City of Thieves, but you also had Ben leaving just afterwards. Yeah. How's that sort of changed your approach to playing live and to writing material and things?
It's funny because like a few people haven't seen us playing without Ben until tonight, and they were like, oh, we kind of forgot. Not in a bad way to Ben. They were just like, oh, it kind of, you know, it sounds the same but just a bit fatter. And it was like, you know, rather than going, oh, it was so weird not to see Ben on stage.
There's
like,
definitely some hurdles, weren't there? But it's.
There's going to be as well in the future. There's going to be.
One thing we've noticed is that the people, and we're going to acknowledge it, people have been whinging about the lack of brass. So that's why we got Robin on stage today, and we were kind of like, oh well, the direction we're going to go in is going to be a little bit more mixing genuine dance music, Sims kind of production with sort of metal and skacore and the kind of thing that we do. But then what we've realised is people like the brass, so it's kind of like, instead of going, because when we were a certain age when we started the band, and we were never that kind of band to be like, oh no, well all our fans are wrong and we're right. And it's like, well, if everyone's missing the brass, then we're going to get somebody that just wants to come out and has got a bit of hunger and wants to blow a trumpet or a saxophone. I think we're going to get that from now on. Definitely going to work the brass back in. And even with the new stuff, if we are going to have big fat Sims banging away and loads of drum and bass and loads of dubstep and metal guitars, which is what we're going to do, we're still going to have trumpets on there. For
millions of them.
For better or worse, we are trumpet punk.
We write music, we get on stage and we play it. That is Sonic Boom 6. That simple.
So your record label, Rebel Alliance, that's pretty much going from strength to strength. You've got like the likes of Random and Babylon Whackers signed and things. How do you find the time between writing, performing, because you're constantly on tour, and the business side of things? I mean, you guys are touring most of the year normally. So.
It's very difficult. I mean, we have someone that does it, like helps us when we're not here. But yeah, we're juggling like a lot of things at the moment. So I mean, we find the time to try and do the best job that we can.
And can we expect any more material anytime soon?
From Rebel Alliance or something?
Both.
Yes and yes.
Yeah, we've got the Dirty Revolution album coming out on July the 11th. Yeah, and that's going to be in shops on July the 11th, and that's really good. That's been getting really good reviews.
Yeah.
That's more of a, like, it's just good, sort of, it's like, ska punk, like reggae, rootsy, but with
Do you know
like
Dirty Republic?
We had them as our band of the week.
oh wicked. Cool, but there's
They're
like
amazing.
a nice, good songwriting, indie sensibility to it, and there's like
And a rude girl representing.
and the
which
lyrics
is
are
what,
great,
You
so,
know,
yeah.
and Rude Boy